A 45-year-old Ferrari driving 21-year veteran of the Inglewood Police Department gets busted for trafficking cocaine.
Who does he get busted by?
Mainstream media?
Nope.
Regular YouTuber with a video camera and a thirst for justice and personal accountability in his community? Check. Guys, thanks for joining me for this premiere on the Here's the Deal channel. And thank you very much for 20,000 subscribers in just a little over a month. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody you know.
Let's get into this here video.
I want to show you this because this guy did a fantastic job. I'm going to give you the name of this YouTube channel is Tom Zebra. And I'm going to read this right here just to kind of set it up so that when we play the video, we're up to speed on what's actually going on here. This right here is a classic case of policing the police. And this is a full-time job. Policing the police is a full-time job. And don't think that this is just relegated or limited to the Inglewood Police Department. It says Johnny Bacca from Inglewood, the millionaire cop who delivered a kilo straight to the FBI and drove his Ferrari straight to federal prison. Labeled a flight risk and denied bail, the Inglewood Police Association is a union that is financed off of cocaine and heroin sales. Now, a lot of these auditors in this area have these scanners, and they're constantly listening to what the cops are saying on their scanners so that they can rush right out with their cameras so that they can film the police in the course of their regular duties to make sure that the police in that area are not committing crimes. It's the cops' job to get rid of criminal activity in their city, not add to it. But you'll see at the end of this video, they say that the police have gone to such a tactic as they're not even starting to declare where they're at on the radio because these guys are constantly on their case, policing their activities and making sure they're not committing more crimes in their own city. Policing the police. Isn't it a sad day when for the last couple decades we've had to police the police because more criminal activity has been wrought by their hands than by the citizenry? David Salcedo is the lieutenant in charge of narcotics. He is either the dumbest, most negligent cop in history or a drug dealer himself. He makes $450,000 a year before his cocaine profits. Same with Mayor Butts. He's been running narcotics in Inglewood since 1986. Anyway, the affidavit for arrest outlines how a kilo was requested on 5/3/2021, and we're going to hear that on the police scanner right here in a minute. It was delivered in the afternoon on 5/4/2021, and I just disclosed in this video that 2 sergeants from the IPD, that's the Inglewood Police Department, were documented setting off the alarm to the narcotics locker at 2:30 a.m. to the point where the 911 operator had to call it in. Pretty embarrassing for these cops, but they're without shame. They show themselves in public and they continue to be the very road pirates, not serving and protecting, but harassing and collecting. So besides this kilo they delivered to the FBI, Inglewood police officers also got busted sending 3 kilos of heroin to Las Vegas that was intercepted by the Las Vegas police. That still leaves several kilos of both products, but certainly they have sold those by now. Obviously, these guys are terrible cops, but as it turns out, they're even worse drug dealers. On the other hand, just like the drug dealers union rep narcotics sergeant from Redondo Beach years ago that embezzled $75,000 from his own union and walked away without jail time, Bacca may do the same. So this is going to highlight Johnny Bacca from the Inglewood Police Department, just to give you a little bit of background on that.
Ace.
An Inglewood police officer, his name is Bacca.
Writing a check for more than $300,000.
Cocaine.
He was indicted for delivering kilos of cocaine in a Ferrari.
Cocaine.
You can imagine if we could break in the evidence locker. Oh, don't worry guys, it's just Rick and I.
You need to wipe that shit off the side of your car. Making a difference by selling cocaine.
Dogging these cops, chasing them wherever they are, putting the light of truth of the camera onto them to highlight their criminal actions so that everybody can see, because these guys love to stay in darkness. Watch these guys boldly, bravely confront these cops.
How are you guys? Good. You know, it's going to be hard to not bring up that situation with Baca, right? I mean, did you guys know he's driving a Ferrari, or did he leave that at home?
Can you imagine that a police officer can afford a Ferrari? Watch what these cops do as soon as they are encountered by a guy who knows what's going on with Baca. They both drop their heads at the same time.
You know, it's going to be hard to not bring up that situation with Baca, right?
Look, exact same time.
Did you guys know he's driving a Ferrari, or did he leave that at home? I mean, that's a real simple question. It's the only one I'm going to ask.
You have a nice day, all right?
A 21-year veteran of the Narcotics Task Force.
Any other positions he holds?
Johnny Baca was the representative for the police union in the city of Inglewood. It's actually his job to protect criminal police. Do you remember David Ramirez? He's a trustee for the police union.
Get out of my face, man. You want to go file a complaint, go file a complaint. Get out of here.
And the department said,
we don't have the ability to control how every officer that we have reacts to certain situations.
It's reported that
We don't have the ability to control drug dealing law enforcement officers. Oh, okay, gotcha.
the FBI is involved. Do you think they are doing a thorough investigation? Where did he get the cocaine?
I'm glad you asked, Laura. The FBI actually has no idea of where the cocaine has come from. Inquired about the kilo of cocaine on the 3rd of May, and on the 4th of May, they delivered the cocaine. And it just so happens, it was about 2:30 in the morning on May 4th, the alarm in the narcotics office here at the Inglewood Police Department.
We have that clip. Let's take a listen.
Now watch this. This comes from the dispatcher in the Inglewood area about a security breach in the narcotics office. And these guys are so on target. This happened at 2:30 in the morning. These guys are so on it. They got their scanners going and they're recording this stuff because they have to keep an eye on these criminal cops who are committing criminal activities in their neck of the woods.
MH209, indicated officer, narcotics office, code 1, the alarm is going off.
42 Brown, see this code 4.
10 4 Sam 41.
The narcotics.
41, go ahead.
Can you call communications, please?
4 Sam 41, copy.
Wow, that short clip does tell a lot.
How did we recall that it happened on?
We went and recorded.
Look at this, says right here. On or about May 4th, 2021 in Orange County within the Central District of California, defendant John Abel Baca knowingly and intentionally distributed at least 500 grams. That is approximately, I don't understand, 500 grams, that's approximately 1,006 grams of a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of cocaine, a Schedule II narcotic drug controlled substance. That's from Transparent, California.
Deputy Pano after we heard that call. Hey, TZ, what was that?
I don't know if you saw this pay right here. Look, Johnny Baca, police investigator, $95,000, almost $100,000 a year. Overtime pay $42,000, other pay $30,000, total pay $168,000 a year. Benefits $62,000, pension $44,000, total pay and benefits $207,000. Over $250,000 for that one officer. That one criminal officer, that one drug dealing, Ferrari owning officer.
We went and recorded Deputy Pano after we heard that call. Hey, TZ, what was that on the radio earlier with Inglewood talking about they're in the narcotics law?
They're out there 30 minutes after this thing went down in the narcotics office. Giving the cops, I mean, just laying into the cops as they should.
Making all that extra money, driving around a Ferrari, and nobody else thought that was odd or strange?
Maybe that's not strange at all. Maybe that's exactly what you would expect in a city that no longer uses their location on the police radio because they're so scared somebody might show up with the camera and record their actions. I'm here to get a comment from them. Not only is the door locked, but this is the phone that you're supposed to call to contact them. This wire's hanging out. And it's been like this for at least 9 months.
It is unfair that the citizen taxpayers have to foot the bill for the unlawful criminal conduct of the city of Inglewood.
Let's just pause this for a second and let's look at some of these articles. Lawsuit alleges Inglewood created fraudulent financial picture to lure NFL team.
Unlawful criminal conduct.
Lawsuit alleges city of Inglewood violated state laws in Clippers negotiations.
Of the city of Inglewood's elected.
It looks like just a top to bottom corrupt city with corrupt officials. with a mayor who's corrupt, a lieutenant who's corrupt, cops that are corrupt and on the take and dealing drugs while they're actually prosecuting drug dealers. See, that's the thing about government agencies. They don't like competition, and they'll eliminate competition so they can continue on with whatever cartel they're trying to grow in your community.
Officials. Some of them officials are not even elected, like John Baca. He was hired as a peace officer despite his violent criminal record and shooting death of 56-year-old Eddie Felix Franco.
Did you see that right here?
Despite his
Franco's death was the fourth fatal shooting by Inglewood police in as many months. 3 of the 4 killed were unarmed, police said. This person, Brooks, drew criticism this week for failing to publicly address the shooting order release details quickly. When she spoke out Thursday, 4 days after the shooting, she said she withheld the officers' names so that investigators could make certain that they know which officers at the scene had fired their weapons. You don't think they're going to know that 5-10 minutes after the actual crime?
violent
Such
criminal
lies.
record, the shooting death of 56-year-old Eddie Felix Franco, Baca, and David
What was that?
Ramirez.
Officers fired as many as 47 rounds. I think I remember this. The officers fired as many as 47 rounds at Eddie Felix Franco on Sunday after he appeared to go for a gun in his waistband. Yeah, right. That's the story anyway.
Eddie Felix Franco, Baca, and David Ramirez knew each other. David Ramirez is the Inglewood cop that terminated a live stream video that was being broadcast on YouTube. His actions in several events can be compared to the type of behavior you would expect from a thug or a gangster drug dealer. That isn't the kind of behavior one would expect from a trustee of the police union.
Apparently that's what they are. They're gangsters, thugs, and in this case with Johnny Baca and his pals, drug dealers.
Cocaine out the narcotics evidence room. There's still 5 of them floating around. We know all about it.
He's supposed to appear in federal court this coming up December 14th, 2021. We'll see what happens on that. If he's pals with the judge, if they meet at the lodge every Saturday night. A lot of people say a lot of the cops are involved in Freemasonry. If they're part of the Brotherhood, maybe what's going to happen is he's going to stay on the force. At the very worst, he's probably going to lose his job and then get hired in the next county over. That's usually what happens. And they don't lose their pensions. Or he's going to get some kind of, hey, I'll tell you what, we're going to investigate ourselves and we'll get back with you. So that's the YouTube channel Tom Zebra. Check him out. He did a fantastic job on this. He released this video on November 17th. And that right there is what I call investigative reporting. Where are you going to see this quality of investigative reporting that really needs to be done so that you can show the disinfecting sunlight of camera work on criminal activity, whether you're wearing a badge, uniform, and come with the authority of the state, or just plain clothes, regular street criminals? Where are you going to find that on Fake Stream, Lame Stream, CIA, Infiltrated, Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media? Answer is, you're not. You're not. This is a true criminal investigation, and I love the fact that they're holding these cops' feet to the fire. Bravo, Tom Zebra. So go check out his channel, subscribe to him, hit the bell notification icon, let him know that Here's the Deal sent you.
Guys, I really appreciate you joining me for this premiere. If you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, don't forget to hit that like button right there. It's somewhere right there. Well, go ahead, hit it. I'll wait. I got all day. Just kidding. Thank you very much for joining. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, definitely hit that like button, share this with everybody you know, and I will see you guys in the next video.